guys, it's Miss Kelly. I am here to go over the Common Lit assignment a little bit and show you a few features that you have as options on Common Lit. When you open the story that has been assigned to you, the story that I'm using as the example is Trail into Darkness. And one of the options that you have is called the read aloud option. And that is an audio version of the story. And what that is good for is if you want to read the story, follow along with the voice, you can do that for a first read or maybe as a second read. So I'm going to just show you how to use that. You would click on read aloud. And then there's these little, they look like speakers. So you would click on a speaker.
A boulder as big as a house. That's how the guidebook described Giant Rock. Dad said it was carried here by a glacier millions of years ago.
And when you want to stop it, you just click on the pause or the stop button, and that will end the read aloud. And you can then hide the read aloud if you don't want to use that anymore. Another option that you have is the highlighting option. Let's say you want to highlight a part of the text. If there's something important that you want to remember, or there's something that you want to come back to later on, you can just use your mouse, highlight a sentence, and a little thing will pop up and you can pick your highlighter color. I'll just pick yellow. And that highlights the text for you so that now it kind of stands out a little bit and you could come back to it later. Another feature that Common Lit has is these little boxes with a number in it. Now, you might see these boxes throughout the text, and these boxes are there to click on to give you the meaning of a possibly unknown word. So if you're reading the sentence, Dad said it was carried here by and you get to that word and you're not sure what it is, you can click on it. It's a glacier, a slow-moving mass of ice formed over many years. And there's another one next to the word trekking is a verb to go on a long journey, usually by foot. So if you see one of those little boxes next to a word, you can click on it to give you the meaning of those words. Now, another option you have is these guiding questions, and some stories, I guess, have them and some don't. If you do have these questions in your story, the little question will pop up in a circle. It looks like this. It says Q1. So you would click on Q1, and over to the right here, a question will appear, and you can read the question. Giant rock is a, and I think there's 4 answer choices. Let's see, 3 answer choices. Oops. Giant rock is a mountain, giant glacier, rock moved by a glacier, or D, rock moved by a river. I'm going to pick answer choice C because I remember that back in the first paragraph, it said that a boulder as big as a house. That's how the guidebook described Giant Rock. Dad said it was carried here by a glacier millions of years ago. So I'm going to then come over to my question. And Giant Rock is a rock moved by a glacier. And it pops up. It says, great work. Continue reading to answer Q2. So then I would go back up into the story and I would continue reading until I came to Q2, and I would click on Q2 and I would do the same thing with that question. Now, you're also going to have the assessment questions, which several are multiple choice and one is a short answer. And I just want to remind you that when you are answering the multiple choice questions, please make sure that you go back into the text and find the answer. That's where that highlighting tool would come in really handy to make sure that you're getting the correct answer. Now, for this question, which sentence best describes the theme of the short story? That might not be a right there question. We know that theme is, a lesson or sort of like a life lesson that is in a story. So it might not be right there, but if I read the answer choices and I've read the story, I should be able to figure out what the theme of the story is. Now, some of the questions, like question 2, has a part B. So it says, which detail from the text best supports the answer to part A? So I have to go back to what I put in question A, part A, and then decide which detail from the text best supports my answer to part A. So whatever theme you think this has, if you think that the theme of the story is, B, outdoor activities in the snow are too dangerous for kids, then you would need to pick a detail that goes along with that theme. Okay, so just make sure you're reading carefully. And the last question is an open-ended question. And we've mentioned before that we would like you to make sure that you are using the RACE strategy. R stands for restate the question using words from the question in your answer. A stands for answer the question. So actually give an answer to what the question is asking you. C would be to cite text evidence, find evidence or quotes from the text or a part in the text that you can refer to back up your answer. And E is explain or elaborate or expand on that. So give a little explanation as to why you're giving that answer. So this question says, how does Luke react to not being able to find his family? Your answer should include several words from that question. You should say something along the lines of, Luke reacts to not being able to find his family by, and then give your answer, and then give supporting evidence from the text. So go back into the text, and this is another place where your highlighting tool might come in handy, where if you find something that you think goes with your answer, you can go to that part, the little text highlighter pops up, highlight it, and you could use that in your open-ended answer. So just to recap, for the Common Lit articles, you have the read aloud feature if you'd like to hear the story read to you as a first or second reading. You have the highlighting feature where you highlight text, and then you can use your little highlighting tool there to highlight it. You have the vocabulary or the little option where you can click on the box to get a definition of possibly an unknown word. The guiding questions, which were those little Q1, Q2 circles that we saw. You click on the little Q1 in the circle, and then you answer the question over here. Your assessment questions, which are going to be multiple choice and short answer. For the multiple choice, please make sure you're going back into the text to find your answer. And for the open-ended or the short answer questions, please use the RACE strategy and answer in a complete sentence using evidence from the text to support your answer. I hope this was helpful and it gives you a little bit of an idea of some of the features of Common Lit. And I will see you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.